Welcome to the highlights at this hour. China and the US to implement trade deal despite virus row, says official. The Chinese and the US trade representatives agreed on Friday to create favorable conditions for the Phase 1 trade deal signed in January in Beijing, the officials said, despite recent tensions over the coronavirus pandemic. Vice Premier Liu He, who had led Beijing's negotiations, held a call in the morning with US Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, according to a notice from the Ministry of Commerce.
Formative deal that will bring tremendous benefits to both countries.
Thousands of migrants have been stranded all over the world where they face a heightened risk of COVID-19 infection. The head of the UN Migration Agency, International Organization for Migration, has said. The IOM Director General Antonio Vitorino said that more health-related travel restrictions might discriminate disproportionately against the migrant workers in future. Health is the new wealth, Vitorino said, citing proposals by some countries to introduce a so-called immunity passport and use mobile phone apps designed to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus. Pakistan to lift lockdown from Saturday despite rising coronavirus curve. The Prime Minister Imran Khan said the decision is being taken because the country's large number of poor people and laborers cannot afford to live under lockdown anymore. Russia overtakes Germany and France in coronavirus case numbers after a record daily rise. Russia's coronavirus case tally surged to 177,160 on Thursday after a record daily rise in infections, bringing it to be the fifth highest number of registered cases in the world, more than Germany and France. End the tsunami of hate over COVID-19 pandemic, says the UN chief Antonio Guterres. He had voiced his concern over the tsunami of hate and xenophobia unleashed by the pandemic and appealed for an all-out effort to end hate speech globally. COVID-19 does not care who we are, where we live, what we believe, or about any other distinction. We need every ounce of solidarity to tackle it together. US senators have urged President Donald Trump to suspend all non-migrant work permits for at least a year or till employment levels return to normal. They have also asked for the suspension of the optional practical training, the OPT program, which lets foreign students in science, technology, engineering and mathematics work in the United States for up to 3 years after graduating. In 2019, over 223,000 people had their OPTs approved or extended. Armed activists escort black lawmaker to Michigan's capital after coronavirus protest attended by white supremacists. A Michigan lawmaker returned to the state capitol on Wednesday with an armed security detail following a coronavirus lockdown protest at the building last week attended by white supremacists and militia groups. Representative Sarah Anthony, a Democrat whose district is in the capital city, Lansing, told the reporters that a security detail made up of local black and Latino activists came together because the armed protesters bearing white supremacist symbol represented a different level of terror. Switzerland seeks medical follow extension of American detained by Iran. Switzerland, which represents the United States in Iran, has asked Tehran to extend the medical follow from detention of US Navy veteran Michael White. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said on Thursday as the coronavirus is spreading. Indian tigers find lockdown great. With a human of West Bengal under virus lockdown, tigers in the Sundarban mangrove forest in the eastern Indian state are roaming out to play with park rangers on Thursday, reporting a jump in the sighting of the big cats. An Indian train near Satara killed 16 migrant workers who had fallen asleep on the track on Friday while they were heading back to their home villages after losing their jobs in a coronavirus lockdown, the police said. This is Jyoti reporting in for Our Voice.